Alright. Howdy, folks. Good evening. Who's ready to have a great time and not be salty or annoyed at boss fights at all? Alright, because I know I am. I'm ready for a good time. I think I entered with the wrong attitude last night. Okay? I think I entered with the wrong attitude. I'm gonna enter with a horrifically positive attitude, and this is gonna be good. Okay, it's gonna be fine. All right. You know, my first impressions were just random, constant attacking, or you just dodge and keep distance and he doesn't do anything. But I think, you know, there's got to be something more to this. You know, too many people have said, oh man, that they love this boss for this to be a terrible boss. You know, that many people can't have opinions that bad, you know? So, yeah. Look. I lost the last VOD and I was tilted after like 2 attempts. Tilted is a tad extreme, but when I say I had a skill issue, I honestly didn't try that much last night. I got there pretty late. I did like what, maybe 6 or 7 tries or something ish, and then basically decided this is gonna take a while and I'm not gonna finish it last night. So Tilted's maybe a tad extreme. I wasn't it was a bad first impression for sure, but it wasn't like I was actively getting annoyed or anything at what was despite what I might have said. I wasn't actively getting annoyed. That being said, I was very much like, oh, this is not gonna be a quick fight, so I should strap in, you know. Okay.
Tick-tock, Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
Oh. Still got it. Okay. So it seems like overwhelmingly positive sentiment when you get your glances around after your run. I get the feeling those people probably like Lies of P more than I do. Because there are some people that love Lies of P. Potentially. Am I not a fan? I think it's good, not great. I think there's some very obvious issues. Man, that combo. He just has that heel catch where he jumps in the air really fast there. That's not very nice of him. Hope I enjoy it tonight. I hope so too. But I'm going to play with the intent of really learning Phase 1, because I think if I learn Phase 1, I'm going to have a much better time with Phase 2. Rather than just doing my dodge, play like a coward, heavy attack strat on Phase 1. That'll get me through it, but...
Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
Ow. Oh yeah, no. He talks way too much. it's that jump attack. It's just like it continues. He seems to be able to do it fast enough that he can't get a heal in. Yeah, no boss mechanics will tell me that he doesn't talk way too much. I made the comparison last night that at least Melania only says that she is never known defeat every time she kills you, you know? This guy will say the same sentence more than once in a single attempt.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
Oh, that was bad on my part.
Why risk your life for another? How could you even conceive of it?
Oh, alright. Apparently I hit him too much there or something. Oh, that's a double hit there? Huh. Weird. Oh. He didn't continue his combo there.
We said farewell to his arms. Now, let the slice off next. A human is only truly honest when their life is on the line. Wouldn't you agree?
Okay. Nice to talk about Romeo? No, because the character Romeo is strung up on a wire behind him. After this guy removed his arms.
This is exactly
There you go, in the background there. That's Romeo. Why am I rewatching this? I mean, it's the first attempt, that first phase 2 of the night, so that's why, but this wasn't exactly a pleasant cutscene to watch. Yeah, there you go. That's Romeo. He's not doing too hot these days.
The alchemists offered me nothing but boredom.
Hey, Aver.
But you two, you'll offer me something greater.
Man, this guy is ugly. This is unpleasant to look at.
Ladies and gentlemen, I are the king who will analyze the only being that hurts the human.
Ow. Oh, it's, Ah, cool. Okay. That's sort of a that's basically just Luxasia, to be honest. Her, phase 2 start. Go up in the air, projectiles, slam down. I guess it has a bit of, Melania's, rock pedal, but plus a little extra. A little bit, I guess.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk. We said farewell to his arms. Now, what to slice off next?
Hey, man. Thanks for the background nap time stream. No problem. Always here to help.
A human is only truly honest when their life is on the line. Wouldn't you agree? A human is only truly honest when your life is on the line. Wouldn't you agree? Ouch.
Oh, I did not mean to do that. Oh, yeah, of course, the heel catch. Is that a good thing? What, background nap time? Sure, why not? Someone found the stream either relaxing, or found the stream relaxing enough to use it for nap time. Why would that be a bad thing? Known for my sultry and soporific sounds. You think?
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
You're making weird monster noises on your stream. You're literally telling people to go fuck themselves. What do I do? Wait, what? What the hell? Oh, Missile stream has changed. I know I haven't been in stream much lately, but you know, I sort of like this narrative that's going around here that yeah, nothing, nothing inflammatory happens here. Yeah, I mean, granted, in some people's minds that means nothing interesting is happening, but you know, that's neither here nor there.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk. Exit my stage.
What do you mean by this? This is when you don't elaborate at all. You know, you just leave it at that. That's the best way to go about it. It's nice I get to hear Leia coughing every time I enter this boss arena.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
I deserve that.
Why risk your life for another? How can you even conceive of it? Time to exit my stage.
I don't like that combo. I mean, I like Leia as a character more. They've given her a bit more to do in the DLC than any of the characters in the base game, I'd say. Which is nice. I think overall, like, the general structure of the DLC was quite well done.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
Still going?
Exit
Man.
my stage.
I one complaint with, I mean, I think the DLC is interesting. My one complaint is that they picked an event that we already know a fair amount on, so they can't really do anything too surprising. I mean, the only surprising thing they could do would be to allow us to change the past, but I don't think they're going to. So, it's kind of easy to anticipate how it ends. That'd be my only complaint with, like, the story direction. Otherwise, I think they did a good job, and this is an interesting moment in the story of the game. So I don't really have any complaints about that. It's just because it is an interesting moment, and one they honestly have reasonably spelled out, I would say. It limits surprises they can do. But other than that, I don't really have a problem with that.
Why risk your life
Ah,
for
okay.
another?
Yeah, you did the heal catch there. What the fuck? What the fucking? Actually, I don't think it's faster to jump up the stairs, but it's very satisfying to get that perfect jump up the stairs. Soon cheating? Ah, that's terrible. Should I go and buy the electric blitz? I don't think I actually have the stuff for it, though. I spent all my ergo leveling up before the fight. Okay. There we go. I don't need to watch this cutscene again. Whose blood are we fighting on? Just... Orphans? Oh, I'm stuck against the wall. Oh, that's sick. And unfortunately, that might actually be what it is, so... This guy's basically a serial killer who went on a mad rampage in a charity house. Which had an orphanage. You shouldn't have asked? Yeah, probably not. Oh, shit. Chappelle's son died from petrification disease. Did he actually? You know, all these, everyone in the charity house died of petrification disease too. Funny how that works. Well, this is certainly a boss. Easily gonna be the hardest one in the DLC, I'd say. The DLC hasn't really had hard boss fights. So it's not, that's a pretty low bar. Oh, I didn't,
Human is only truly honest when their life is on the line. Wouldn't you agree?
So 1% tilt statement, if you have ever heard one. It depends. Do you have to be having fun to not be tilted? I think that's the question we must ask ourselves here.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
Oh, damn.
My stage.
This could be apathetic in the absence of fun, but in your mind, apathy is like further progression in the tilt gauge. Oh, that's the question, right? Because it's progression if your baseline is fun, right? Like, if you just assume you go into a boss fight and you're gonna have a good time, then yeah, that's progression. Or you start every boss fight at a good time, then anything further than that is progression, right? Suck. Oh, what? I'm shocked that timing didn't work out. Must have been slightly early there. Fortunate. I like to move closer to where he's swinging, so I can so it makes the timing easier, I think. But maybe that's kind of backwards.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
Okay. Then. You know, I wish you could use a 3-charge Fate attack on any of these bosses without taking 1,000,000 damage. That was a nice thing about the puppet sickle, is that it didn't have that problem because the 3-charge is just a single attack, whereas this one I feel like you can almost never do that because it's really not much better, or not any better than and he has a whack delay on that. He has a whack delay on that. get hit by any of that, you're just getting hit by all that. Ow. You don't know how to further articulate your beliefs on tilt, so you're doomed. Wow, that conversation ran out fast. You hate to see it. Anyone else want to give it a try? What do y'all believe in? How do y'all believe in tilt, you know? Abdul's at a loss for words. Tilt is when you sit on the seesaw. That is a really narrow definition.
Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
That's weird. Completely went in the wrong direction even though I was locked on.
Why risk your life for another? How can you even conceive of it?
It's 4 AM, your functions for deep and meaningful thought are unlimited. You hate to see it. It does not make any sense that he can parry that, I'm not gonna lie. Ow. Oh, I had the ending there. That's weird. I could have sworn I heard that. And you just dodge the ending. That's probably easier, to be honest.
Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
Okay. Might just be a heavy attack angle, to be honest.
Why risk your life for another? How can you even conceive of it? Why risk your life for another? How can you even conceive of it?
Okay. Pretty good phase one. Now, question of course is kind of really good phase two. Oh shit, Miami. fuck was that? Ah, I like the music change here. Oh, I got... These are some whack-ass attacks to try to look at. You aren't having fun, then surely you're at least tilted to some extent? I don't know. See, but I would say my definition of tilted involves playing worse, you know? Like, if I see someone make a dumb play in League of Legends, I might say, oh, they're tilted, you know? Like, something like that, you know? They're clearly playing worse because of how the game has been going, right? That is my general definition of tilted, to be honest, is that some gameplay impact. Was that the definition of tilt, or just a result of being tilted?
A human is only truly honest when their life is on the line. Don't you agree?
That's the question, isn't it? Oh, wow. I would say that is the definition of tilt. Tilt is... But, you know, this is, not some dictionary defined word, I don't think. Huh. Can't believe I missed that. Oh, I had that. The explosion after is kind of bullshit. Oh. Ow. As a result of being frustrated, you make worse plays. I could see that, for sure. So then it's tilted just being frustrated.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
It's always been your own saying of the term. Say they're synonymous, why not? Okay. I like the timing on that attack. That's a good attack. Not the whole combo, but like the that specific red attack. In general, I would say I generally like the red attacks. They're almost always well telegraphed in this game. They have fun timings for the most part. Exception of Luxasia. Luxasia's red attacks are a bit too instantaneous for my liking, but for most bosses, I deserve that. Most bosses, I'd say in this game, are pretty good red attacks. Weapon being near broke though it's not helping matters. Okay, so if tilt is equivalent to frustration, then would we say that if you're apathetic to the situation, or to the boss, you're frustrated? Hey, Brady. Hope you're doing well. Isn't debating definitions just the worst? There's always like another random thing, you know, and it's all so subjective. I think debating definitions on things has got to be one of like the most pointless pastimes. That Dan's Jesus spoiler thread. When's Jesus releasing? Jesus spoilers. Yeah, no, hey, it's 2 spoilers here, but when's Jesus releasing? This guy looks like he walked out of a One Piece manga. I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. You should see phase 2.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
The last update will be the last major update until 1.0. Okay. You know, to this boss's credit, it does not have a camera issue like almost every other boss in this DLC. To this boss's credit, it really doesn't have a camera issue. Almost every other boss has had a bit of an exaggeration. The first couple bosses had some questionable camera aspects, but... Oh, I didn't have time to switch, unfortunately. Can you not do a heavy attack when your weapon's in the red? Is that what just happened? I had no idea. Huh. That's dumb. And annoying. Goddamn. Huh, okay. Good stage of play where you're apathetic and you think full-blown tilt follows shortly. Time will tell. I don't know, I had I had a 24-hour period to prepare for this, okay?
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
Wait, heavy attacks take, do heavy attacks take more of your weapon's durability? I honestly don't really know anything about the durability of the system of this game. Maybe I should be repairing my weapon on some of these sequences like this.
A human is only truly honest when their life is on the line. Don't you agree?
Oh, that was bad. On my part. Oh, man. Anti-tilt measures. Your personal favor is looking at random internet Sporkle quizzes. I'm not sure I know Sporkle. This voice actor is channeling Jonker so hard. Yep. Well, I don't know if I want. It's like kind of a long message. There was a message. He left a message at one point, Brady, which is literally. I mean, honestly, this storyline itself is very Batman-esque. Like, with Leia Florence over there in the corner, her apprentice Romeo was captured by this serial killer, and he left this cryptic trail for left this trail for Leia to follow to him here so that she could rescue her apprentice, who ultimately is already dead, basically. But stuff like that, you know, that's a Batman story. That's literally a Batman story. Literally Dark Knight, yeah, like. Now, in fairness, it's not a terrible story. It wasn't a terrible story in Batman either, so I can't complain too much. Outside with a lot of user-made quizzes. It's kind of sad since he doesn't use that weapon in Phase 2, you don't get much of any advantage in Phase 2 for breaking it, I don't think. That's bad. Yeah, I didn't have any stamina going in there. Ugh. I don't know. I think if I had an anti-tilt measure, it'd probably just be go play one of, you know, I think we all have some game that we can just play for like the umpteenth time that you just love. For no reason, or I mean, for no reason might be a tad excessive, right? I think that would be like the best anti-tilt measure, you know. That Phase 2 is crazy. True.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you
Ow.
appear to be nothing but talk.
Hey, yeah. On clock, you heard differently the first time? Did you now? know, many words can rhyme with clock. I think we all understand, you know. He's probably just talking about his Glock.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
Glock? Exactly. I think we all know what you were feeling.
A human is only truly honest when their life is on the line. Do you agree?
Okay, there we go. Phase 1's going semi-consistent. Phase 2 is kind of a problem, though.
You really think you can win?
Ow! How many particles? I can't see shit.
To exit my stage.
It is awfully hard to see these attacks, I'm not gonna lie. Get a song rack. Pelagos from Night Rain. The, Ice Dragon, Fisher in the Fog. That boss theme is awesome.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
And it's to midnight? No, it isn't. What are you talking about? We got plenty of time until midnight. I only stream for an hour. 1 hour on this boss. Oh god. That's this boss's theme.
Why risk your life for another? How can you even conceive of it?
And 3-minute ad, GG. What can you do? You know, I gotta make a living. Those 3 cents are really gonna help me stay afloat. You understand, I'm sure.
When your life is on the line, wouldn't you agree?
What the? Didn't, Oh, wait, you can't... Oh. That's weird. There we go. Ah, do you get the premium rate for ads? I don't know how much I get for ads. Nothing. Alright. Yeah, man. I'm kind of just randomly pressing parry, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm seeing his body, I'm seeing this amorphous mass of metal and, like, I guess a bloody cape and hair just, like, flail around wildly, and I'm kind of just randomly pressing parry. And when I randomly press parry, it's kind of working in phase 2. Absolutely awful visually. Like, these it's really hard to see what an individual attack is in phase 2 at all. Like, but I mean, that's not entirely true, but like, there's definitely some combos where it's just like very. Phase 1, you can definitely see what he's doing. Phase 2, he definitely adds a bit more pizzazz, let's say. Oh, I did get confirmation. This is Riddle Dude from the base game. I thought his voice sounded really familiar. Oh, did he really dodge that? Yeah, that's just ran out of stamina there. Heavy decks certainly are putting in some work in phase 2. Yeah, I like his Phase 2 theme. The Phase 1 theme, I would say, is fairly forgettable, but Phase 2 is good. I like Phase 2. The theming. It's, nice and dramatic, just the way we like it for our final bosses. Ow. I guess better just to run away there, then you have full stamina for this. Oh, he's spinning around there, that's what happened. And then he's leaving his stupid explosion in his wake. Ow! Once you're hit by that, you're kind of fucked. Ah, so I'm getting hit by that. Oh my god, I cannot see this boss at all. Like, dude, they need the cape. Oop. Man, the music is really good. Ah, I deserve it. I don't know why I thought I could squeeze in a heavy attack there. Alright, bit better. That was greed at its finest. Not that we were ever beating. Maybe I just seem to dodge a lot more. Like, Phase 1 parrying seems pretty achievable, you know. Like, bit of focus, you could parry most all of Phase 1 pretty consistently, I think. Phase 2 parrying seems significantly harder. There's a lot more visual clutter on the attacks, and they're a bit more hectic in general. Probably just a bit more emphasis on dodging there is going to make it a lot easier. Oh wow, he jumped over my heavy attack. God damn it. That being said, I will say this. After this boss, anyone that likes this boss, I never want to hear another word about how Elden Ring bosses never stop attacking and they never give you windows hit them. I want to hear a single word from anyone that likes this boss. I will say that.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
What am I doing? You like this boss? Good for you. I didn't say no one can like this boss. I had not. Hey, guy. I said no one that likes this boss has any right to say Elden Ring bosses attack too much. That's all I said.
A human is only truly honest when their life is on the line. Wouldn't you agree?
You ever understood the opportunity to attack argument that people always made? Yeah, I never really had a problem with it either, to be honest, but I don't know. There's a number of things people took issue with on, like, recent Souls-likes that has just been a complete non-factor for me. Or, like, input reading. I have no problem with input reading. Because it's very, like, the input reading that actually matters is very obvious. Like, Oh man, Godskin do, or like the Godskins in Elden Ring, you know, or Margit, you know, they read your inputs and they attack when you heal. You know what you can do? When you have an attack window, you just heal instead. And it's guaranteed. It's a guaranteed heal. The boss isn't going to interrupt your... If you can attack, you can also heal. So like, complaints like that, you know, never really made any sense to me. What the? That's not good. I'm so fucked. Yeah, nothing good. I don't understand how the skulls don't really make much sense. I guess I must have missed the parry on the slam and blocked instead. Wasn't really my intention, but that's must have been why I had no stamina. It's honestly better to get hit by it than lose all your stamina by blocking it, I'd say. On the slam down. Because you need stamina to get out of the next attack. If you have no stamina, you're fucked. Oop. Yeah, I'd say, like, the only time it can be opportunity attack is it can be frustrating is when it's because the boss is, running away or, like, just in the air, or something. That's the only time it can be really frustrating, if it's just, like, flying above your head, and then you truly can't do anything. And you're just waiting for it to come down. You know, like the moth in Dark Souls 1 or something. That's not, it's not very fun, you know. That's the only time where I'm like, yeah, it would be cool if this boss was not just flying overhead and you didn't have to wait forever to hit it. You know, that would be pretty cool. But that's about it. I don't know why, but sometimes I can do a follow-up heavy attack, and then sometimes he just immediately recovers for some reason. I don't know why. I hate that combo. Good lord. Argument to you just sounds like people want the big glowing button of Winter Attack. I mean, Lies of P added a big glowing button for critical hits, so what's the difference, right? Basically the same thing. I'm coddling the player, let them miss their critical hits like they deserve to. Obviously, I'm not serious. I'm...
Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
Now, of all the, like, design choices, I think that one's perfectly fine. It's... I think, I don't think it's too bad. Like, FromSoft has done a better job of indicating, like, or of, like, just pulling the player in on a crit, to where it's really not that big of an issue in, like, the Souls series or Elden Ring, I would say, at this point, but it's also kind of dumb to have it really be an issue at all, so. Now, I seem to do that attack more. That's a fun attack. Can I get up, please? Thank you. Ow. Well, I got there.
You really think you can win? Remarkable.
Oh. Oh, he can hit behind him with that? What's that bullshit? Oh, that's... I mean, it makes sense from a design standpoint. Why can't he do like a sweep behind him with those buzzsaws? But that's also, goddamn it. I'm trying to circle around because it makes it a lot easier to see because when he can attack me. Okay. That was kind of ugly. Uh-oh. God damn it. Honestly, the skulls are probably the thing giving me the most trouble. The skulls are really annoying. Because I don't really want... Because I want to just run, but the angle is wildly inconsistent to run. Like, it's not... You can't just simply run and they'll dodge you. If you have to be going at like an off angle or something, but the space isn't big enough to do a long off angle. Okay. fine. Yeah, we're getting relatively consistent at phase 1. It'd be nice if I could get consistent at the start of phase 2. There we go. That's pretty good. Oh, that was bad. Oh well, okay. Yeah, so that's probably the way to do it. Oh. Oh my. You know what? Let's go buy an electric grindstone. Anything to increase my damage, I beg of you, game. Yeah, this is another one of those Lies of P, long phase 1, or semi-long phase 1s into completely different phase 2s. Which, the faster you can get through phase 1, the better. Wait, I don't even remember where you can buy it. Yeah, they couldn't clean up the place a bit. It's been a reasonable amount of time. Is it here? Here it is. Electric Blitz Grindstone. Increases weapon critical rate. I'm not even sure what that means, but I might be able to sell some stuff. I think I spent all my ergo. Temporarily reduces presence. I mean, I do have all these ampoules or whatever, but you know, probably gonna take those to the grave. Ooh, I have a lot of Fable catalysts I can sell. Should be good enough. You get so many Fable catalysts in this game. I don't even remember after these. Anything good? What do you think damage type do we think he is? Strike? Nah, I feel like he's a slash. Probably a slash. Got a good slash one? I do.
The house of it.
400. So for that, I needed some amount. I actually wasn't paying very much attention, but I'm sure it's fine. $500. No, that should be enough. There we go. 1700. All right, that works. All right, hopefully he's a slash type, but slash type. Fucking playing Pokemon over here. He doesn't seem to do electric. This says, oh, actually my current one already was pretty damn good. I guess there's not much difference now, is there? Other than a weight difference, but that doesn't really seem to matter much. I don't think I can take anything that isn't the weight increase amulet there. Increase weapon tag in proportion number of Fable slots. That one's pretty good. Technique +4 is pretty good. Fury attack dodge is pretty good. Fable arts damage inflicted on a staggered enemy, no. Attribute damage inflicted on enemies, no, definitely not. Upon a successful perfect guard, temporarily increased damage inflicted by weapon attack. Damage on a successful attack. feel like Armor of God, I'm not hitting enough for it to make too much of a difference. I could do the Fury Attack dodge for phase 2. Wonder how the roll is. I kind of want to see, actually. That's kind of trippy to have a roll in this game, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of a bad roll, though. It doesn't have much distance. It feels like you're heavy rolling in a Souls game. I kind of hate it. Oh, this guy's a puppet, isn't he? What do you think increases my damage more? This or, like, Conquering Amulet? I don't really know. They don't really tell you the numbers here, do they? Maybe let's try the Conquering Amulet, I guess. I don't know. I always like this song. It's probably my favorite song. Okay. Alright. Anyway, let's get back to it. Once more into the breach. Man. You know what? I don't really like this costume. We can do better than this. There we go. Much better. Alright. Honestly, the long claws make this actually kind of horrifying, I'm not gonna lie.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock. You appear to be nothing but talk. Humans only truly honest when their life is on the line. Wouldn't you agree?
It didn't seem to get electric. Oh, there it is. Okay, nice.
Risk your life for another. How could you even conceive of it?
There we go. That seemed pretty decent. There we go.
You really think you can win?
Ah, man. Alright, I think I have the first attack down. I think that's going to be a pretty consistent way to dodge that first attack. Which is good. Then we just need to work on the rest of it. Do I... So, this game doesn't spend consumables when you die, right? So if I put more electric blitz abrasive on here, it doesn't spend it when I die, right? I think that's how this game works. It spends it when you live and go back to a stargazer, but not when you die. I'm pretty sure. Which means I can use that, since I shouldn't really need it.
Romeo's on the clock, and you
That was ugly.
appear to be nothing but talk. We said farewell to his arms. Now, what to slice off next? A human is only truly honest when their life is on the line. Wouldn't you agree?
There we go, and that's phase 1. There we go. Random whoa from him right there. Oh. God damn it. That was a whore. Oh, man. Well, we technically got there. Oh, yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, that was a grab. I think I'm dead. How violent. Okay. Ouch. Yeah, okay, so consumables don't get used. That's good to know.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
So we should be able then to just go wild with the electricity here.
A human is only truly honest when their life is on the line. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I do need to be careful of the sword phase 2 though. Ow. Ow. That is what we call death. Good lord, dude. Yuck. Yeah. This boss reminds me of Luxasia, and I would say, in terms of like the phase 1 and phase 2 progression. I think this guy is Blood Artist on CV. No, I think he lists annoying as a skill, or as one of his strengths, I should say. Okay. Alright, so let me. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh, what? Oh, great. Okay. He has a very long lunge there. Okay. Oh, man. How exhausting. How exhausting. These electric abrasives don't really seem to last very long.
Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk. Risk your life for another. How could you even conceive of it?
Oops. I did not mean to do that. bit of an ugly sequence, I know why. What the fuck? Once you get in there, you can't get out. It's really annoying. Oh! Oh, that's what he does at the end of that combo? That's kind of sad. Ah. No, no. Okay. Okay. Ow. Oh, God. What the fuck? Well, we're getting better, at least. I will say, visually, I don't really love what he's got going on. I mostly just find it visually unattractive or appealing, which, I mean, is probably what they were going for, but, you know. It's not really a boss where I'm like, oh man, this guy's so cool or anything, that's for sure.
Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
Oop, I did not mean to press that button. I think the only thing worse than a boss that taunts you when you die is a boss that taunts you while you fight, and then again when you die.
A human is only truly honest when their life is on the line. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, it's bad.
My stage.
Yeah, he talks too much. I've already said it. I don't know. Now he puts artists in CV, he puts creative director, Blood Enterprises marketing department. That's fair. Now remember, if you ever run a, you know, a personal business or like just anything, you can really ham up the name.
You appear to be nothing but talk.
Very important that you do so. It's all about getting that interview when you're applying this stuff. It's all about getting that interview, so, you know, you just ham up the name a little bit, it'll be fine. Oh, okay. Okay. We're definitely getting better. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, well. I decided charging the grindstone right at the start is kind of pointless. That's a long grab animation there, to be honest. I appreciate that the claws attack there. Oh, he didn't do that before. Bullshit. Shit, what was I saying? I don't even remember what I was saying. Yeah, I don't think he's done the jump after that attack before. He normally just chills after he does that. Like, I don't even remember what I was gonna say. That's a shame. Phase 2 is definitely the best boss music in the DLC, though. I'd say most of the DLC boss music has been largely forgettable. Like, it's been fine, serviceable boss music, but the Phase 2, I think, that's music I'll remember.
Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
I'd say a lot of Souls-likes, FromSoft ones included, can definitely fall into the trap of just, like, operatic, chanting boss music that is all kind of runs together.
A human is only truly honest when their life is on the line. Wouldn't you agree?
And this game is no exception. Though shout out to Shadow of the Erd Tree. I think Shadow of the Erd Tree was kind of nuts in its boss music. It had some really good themes that were also pretty different. Alright, so let's just heal here. And just grind the grindstone, right? Pow! I missed that roll in a while. Yeah, that was a bad. That was just a bad attempt in general.
Tick-tock, Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk. Ouch! Why risk your life for another? How could you even conceive of it?
That's pretty good damage, actually. I'm fairly happy with my solution to this attack. I think it's way more consistent and easier than trying to dodge that. Or parry. Dodge or parry that bullshit. Oh, shit. Except when I do something dumb like that. Oh man. You know he's only saying because it rhymes with his jab about Romy being on the clock. There's an irony in calling a silent protagonist nothing but talk. There is an irony. I don't know. I tend to think, these sorts of characters would laugh that there even is an irony and wouldn't care.
Romeo's on the clock, and
Or they would find it funny that it is ironic. Hey, Franks. That'd be Umbrella Man. Yeah. It didn't actually, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it was, I didn't like the boss at all, but, like, in terms of difficulty, that wasn't that bad. It didn't take me that long. Hope your Mexico trip went well, Franks.
tick-tock, Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk. Why risk your life for another? How could you even conceive of it?
It was just a day trip, but yeah, it went great. Good food, quick stop in the water and the pool. Good times. Oh yeah. This guy looks like a pimped out bouncer. You think? Bouncer is not... I don't know, not most bouncers don't wear fur vests. He looks like a stereotypical, like, drug lord or something in, like, the north. Ah, really? Really annoying when he does that. The heavy attack on this weapon is frustratingly slow. Oh wait, I lost one of my electric abrasives. Alright, I have no idea how consumables work in this game at all. It's official. They seem to be spent and not spent at random. Ah. I need to focus up. We're gonna beat this thing. I've gone into autopilot. And autopilot is terrible for when it comes to actually beating anything. Yeah, I lost my electric abrasive. Stream keeps buffering because you're updating Bloons Tower Defense 6. You hate to see it. There we go. What am I doing? Ow.
You really think you can win?
I sat around there. I did like nothing. Oh man. The like explosion filling the screen there really was discombobulating when I was trying to move forward.
Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk. Ouch.
Okay.
Why risk your life for another? How could you even conceive of it? Time to exit.
Ow, man. The cooldown after attacking, the switching to heal is just brutal. The claws really aren't that as fast as one might expect them to be. At least coming from souls. They have some surprisingly long cooldowns off of attacks, I'd say.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
Ah, that's slick.
Why risk your life for another? How could you even conceive of it?
Damn.
Ouch. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a hero who analyze the only being in the universe, the human soul.
What? That was weird. Kind of a bad sequence there.
Wow, you really think you can win? Remarkable.
That random jump that he sometimes throws in there just throws me off. God damn it. Alright.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
Oh, we can think, happier thoughts, like, you know, what games are y'all playing right now? Don't want any of those lies of P people to answer. That's not a happier thought. Crystal Project? Nearing the end? Feel like you've been on that one for a while. Somewhat. Playing Cyberpunk and your shouldn't file earning more money at 3.4 mil right now. Is there something you need a lot of money for to unlock? Someone else has a bunch of side quests, but you're recently certain you know where the end boss is. Okay. Oh, him and... Oh, come on. He didn't even move. He, like, triple hit. He triple hit me with that backwards attack there. When you... Like, that's so annoying. Should just rush it, but all the treasure is marked now, and there's so much you missed. Is it one of those games where you're gonna be terribly overpowered, and you could rush it, and then... like, rush the final boss beforehand and then go and clear everything after the fact, or... Let me say before you just really like the game and want to keep playing it. Fair enough.
Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
At the level cap, but you've had trouble with a few secret bosses. You could just clear everything after the final boss, though, yeah. I mean, if you're at the level cap, does it make much difference? I don't know how the scaling works in that game, if it's one of those games that relies a lot on items or, like, findable goods to increase your strength. There's armor and stuff. A lot of these are in earlier game areas. Okay. I hate that backwards move. It's so annoying. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, I was running out of heals anyway.
Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
Okay.
Ouch! A human is only truly honest when their life is on the line. Wouldn't you agree?
That's a pretty good sequence. When you can get the claw off to chase him, that's pretty nice.
Why risk your life for another? How could you even conceive of it?
Okay. Well, not great. Not a great ending there, but it's fine. I'm gonna try something really dumb here. No, I think I can squeeze it in. Yeah, I can. What? What? He missed his thing. He couldn't make the corner, and so when I dodged into it. Oh. That was bullshit. That was complete bullshit. Like, he absolutely missed. Oh my god, I was almost at full health and that grab killed me. Kind of a weird grab window, though. He didn't do it after a red attack like he's been doing. I guess he has two separate grabs, but...
Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
Yeah, he did that thing where he
Is only truly honest.
instantly recovers from being staggered for some reason.
Wouldn't you agree?
Oh my god. Really annoying when he does that. I feel like it's gotta be a bug or something that He's just randomly he's staggered and he randomly recovers after I hit him from there. But every other time I've been able to hit him fine, so I don't know what's going on there. Like, part of the nice thing about stagger is you can hit them a bit before you proc the stagger. You didn't do it that time. You let me at him after.
Why risk your life for another? How could you even conceive of it?
Wow, it just, I literally press all my buttons and just cancel for some reason. Ah, wait. Good lord. Yeah, this first phase has kind of entered the tedious territory of, like, done it enough now. It's not particularly interesting to do.
On the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk. Time to exit my stage.
So it makes you not want to put any thought into it. At least it's consistent? No, it isn't. What are you talking about? Consistently tedious. Ah. That wouldn't be at least then missile. Ah, you didn't stagger from that. Go. Okay, hopefully I get enough distance here. Fun. Okay. Oh, come on. Well, it's a better attempt, but still. I'd say the second phase has more glimmers of an enjoyable boss fight than the first phase. I don't think anything could ever really get me to enjoy the first phase. The second phase at least has some neat combos with parrying and dodging, like the different red blasts after the attack. It has way more glimmers of being a decent boss fight. My main gripe with the second phase right now is that I don't really like the visuals of it. I find they're a bit tad cluttered. And it makes it kind of hard to tell when he's doing an attack and when he's not. Which, that is not good. What? Definitely, I'm more positive on the second phase than the first phase in terms of, like, fight design.
A human is only truly honest when their life is on the line. Wouldn't you agree? Why risk your life for another? How can you even conceive of it?
There we go. Alright, can't do the electricity, unfortunately, because I got hit on the way out there. Huh? What? I swear, the Fable attacks can, for some reason... He likes re-aims where you're dodging there or something. Yeah, for some reason the Fable attacks, you can have like 3 charges you can do, but you can queue up 4 for some reason. You can queue up more for some ungodly reason. I don't know why they allow it. But you can, if you press it 4 times, it will buffer you through all the way through to 4 times, even though it's a 3-piece combo. And it's really annoying because you can't dodge after anything. You can't cancel it. So if you press the button 4 times, you are doing 4, and it's starting a completely new combo. And I don't know why they buffer it beyond the 3. Like, I'm just trying to press it fast to do the full 3-piece combo as fast as possible. But you can actually just buffer 4. And I feel like that's just bad. It's really annoying.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
Okay.
Human is only truly honest when their life is on the line. Wouldn't you agree? A human is only truly honest when their life is on the line. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh my god, he just says the same line so many times. This man needs more dialogue? No, no he doesn't. He needs to just stop talking. He does not need more dialogue. I disagree with you, Missile. He does not need more dialogue. More dialogue is the last thing that he needs. Oops. Ow. That's not good.
You really think you can win? Remarkable.
That's an ugly one. Oh my god. What was that? What are some of the combos he's doing? Ugh. Yeah, tragically, yeah, I see why, you know, a lot of people like this boss, you know. It's, a lot of, Souls-like players are unfortunate sufferers of, of the disorder known as easy-to-get Stockholm Syndrome. And it's very simple. It means they easily get Stockholm Syndrome whenever they suffer, like, real agony on the boss. And it doesn't surprise me in the slightest that people like this boss, you know.
Appear to be nothing but talk. Risk your life for another. How did you even conceive of it? Risk your life for another. How did you even conceive of it?
He really did just say that. It's insane. Okay.
You really think you can win?
Hey, you're ready. Hope you're doing well. No, come on. He just added a random addition to the move after when he had never done that before. He'd literally never done that before. Aside from screwing over your sleep schedule, you think you're doing all right? Screwing over your sleep schedule. Couldn't be me. No, really. I'm really not worried about this boss screwing over my sleep schedule. I think if I have to, I'm gonna be able to put it down.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
Yes, he's just laughing constantly, too. God, it's just so annoying. It does feel kind of counterintuitive that his red attacks are like the attacks you want him to do, because they're the only fair ones with clear windups and like good hit windows to hit him after the fact. It seems kind of counterintuitive that like, oh yeah, those supposed dangerous attacks, could you please do them more? That'd be great if you could do them more. Ah. God damn it. It did the buffering thing. It did the stupid buffering thing. It's so annoying. I'm pressing the button. Like, I'm just trying to do the stupid thing. And it buffed through like a 5-second, not even a 5-second, like a 7-second combo. It buffered the start of the next combo for no reason. Like, it's actually so frustrating. Like, why can you buffer the next combo when you're in the middle of a very long attack combo? Like, it's an incredibly long combo to just suddenly buffer the next attack on. They did not think that through at all. That's just poor design. Okay. What? That was weird. Good night soon. Or not Sunny, Phoenix. Sorry, I was in the middle of a boss fight. Have a good night, Phoenix. I'm sorry, I was in the middle of a boss fight. I saw red as the username and just made an and just chose some red username. My bad. I apologize. Ron, you know, I'd hate to compare you to Sundi. Alright, Sundi, if you're here, I'm sorry. That was uncalled for. It was just the perfect punchline.
Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
Go. I'll just heal and be safe. Okay, got there in the end. Oh, what am I doing? Thought I saw an attack window where there definitely was not one. But how can you tell? Because who can tell what the fuck these attack sequences are and when they end? My god.
Romeo's on the clock, and you appear to be nothing but talk.
go. Not sure how I'm getting hit from that sometimes, to be honest. Bro, it's so annoying. Bro, you can't. Oh my god, the spinning saws that he conjured after I got hit by that forced me to get grabbed because they interrupt. Like I couldn't dodge or do anything, and you can't parry a grab, so it's not like I could parry them. Awesome, great, that's fun. Oh my god. I think I've hit my limit of garnering any enjoyment from this fight. Ah, man.
Romeo's on the clock, and you have
Hey,
done
DB.
nothing but talk.
He also has input reading, so no one that complains about input reading better like this game. Another thing. He'll input read your heals and do a follow-up jump attack if you heal.
Fight for another. How could you even conceive of it?
At least the break wore off, because that attack doesn't give break. That was weird. Uh-oh. Oh, this attack again? Really? Get a new move. GG. Good lord. Luckily, I was at my limit with doing the boss fight and I won, so we're free. You know, I thought she was gonna hit him with it, but I guess that works too. Why don't you just hand me the sword at the start? The sword is pretty strong, if you can't tell. If she just given me that sword right at the start, I think this would have been a lot easier.
It was fun while it lasted.
That's a pleasant sight. Doesn't explain how he's still alive in the modern age, considering he's the one giving the riddles. Oh, hey, there's Romeo. Got some new arms. That's nice.
Thank you.
The nose doesn't ruin it at all.
It's yours now. All this time, I wondered why you look so familiar. Now I know.
This is getting whisked back to the present age. Okay, alright, guess we can give our Overture review. Overall, I liked it. The level design and the pacing of the DLC, I think, was much better than the base game. Like, enemy placements were a lot better. Environments were more enjoyable to wander around in, if only because they were, like, varied. Like, the DLC, you know, you went in a zoo, you went to a circus, you went to an underground cavern, you went on an icy seascape with wrecked ships, and went inside wrecked ships. You ventured into an old mansion, or not an old, or into like the mansion, or like a charity house. Like, already that is so much more varied than the base game gave us, I feel like, and it was a lot more varied in terms of the visuals as well. So I think like they did a much better big step up, I would say, in terms of DLC, in terms of like area visual design, if nothing else. But the enemies placement was generally a lot better as well. I'd say the DLC bosses as a whole, average. I don't think there wasn't really any. I think I would say the best one was by far the, like, I don't know what he was called, but the giant monster dude was by far the most fun for me. Well telegraphed. I think his main issue was that the camera wasn't great. I would say was the main issue with that boss. Otherwise, I thought locations I mentioned feel Batman-ish. Yeah. The story and the characters I thought were pretty well done. I thought, like, the additions of the... Why is Luxasia in the DLC? The credits. That doesn't make any sense. Like, I thought Leia was good. It was obviously a very Batman-esque plot, as we've noticed, or noted. But, hey, you know, Batman is not a bad role model for things. I thought it was pretty enjoyable, and it was, like, a good time period to get more info on. So I really kind of appreciated the choice. I wish we'd spent more time in the zoo. Towards the end of the DLC, I think they started using all the base game enemies we'd already gotten used to. Whereas, you know, I think they could have done a bit more time in the zoo, but, you know, just using those enemies a bit more, but it's not a huge problem. Like I said, the DLC is much better paced. There's a lot less area. The area to boss ratio is a lot better. They trimmed a lot of the fat in the areas, and I really appreciate it. Because the base game, in my opinion, has some absolute slogs to get to the next boss that I just don't really want to do. But yeah. So yeah, bosses overall, I would say, were kind of just average. The last boss had some neat ideas. I think Phase 1 was the most boring, parry, constant attack fest imaginable. Like, they did nothing interesting in Phase 1 in the slightest. It was just really rapid attacks that you had to get hit by a million times to identify. They didn't really have a ton of mix-ups in your timings or any, like with red attacks, they didn't have you didn't have to dodge anything in Phase 1. I think Phase 1 was just bad. Very uninteresting. Phase 2 had potential. Like, I liked the attacks where he would do an attack and then he'd leave the red wave and you had to dodge, but then you could hit him after. I thought that was when the boss felt as best, but I still think Phase 2 is a bit visually cluttered, for my taste. And just in general, I think the fight kind of drug on. Pairing Phase 2 is going to be pretty miserable, though. Doing a lot more dodging, I think, is almost a necessity. Yeah. Am I missing anything? Music overall was good. I liked some of the area music. Like, when you were wandering the Monad Charity House, I thought that the music playing there, it really sold the emotion of that. I really appreciated that. Boss music was overall just middling, but I think it's pretty middling for the game overall. They don't do anything amazing with the boss music in these games. Though, shout out to what's-his-name's second phase music, the last boss of the DLC. I thought he had good second phase music. So overall, if you like Lies of P, I think this is an improvement over the base game in most regards, except bosses probably, so you definitely should play the DLC at some point. $30 is not cheap for a DLC, so might wait for a sale on that. But definitely if you like Lies of P. If you don't, I think I wouldn't play through Lies of P to play this DLC. Yeah. I think it's a good DLC, not... And I definitely think the DLC has the best areas of the entire game. Bar none. And so it made the overall experience a lot more enjoyable for me than the base game, but yeah. I think that's a pretty fair review. I don't think I'm really missing anything. The weapons were cool. Generally like the weapons that they added. Some pretty unique ones. Freeze was kind of a boring sass effect. They didn't do anything interesting with Freeze. Anyhow, good morning. Do I have to press a button, or is this just... Is this gonna go away? It's not. Okay, it will. Alright. So... This is presumably... They presumably die here. Geppetto. I see, this is where he gets Romeo's. Hmm. Oh no. Does Geppetto just kill them? Because Romeo's still alive.
I believe in you. Carry on. Don't forget, this is your story now.
Secret room key, leader mask, leader's battle apparel, monad sword. We got the sword, that's fun. Okay. Yeah, Geppetto sucks. Okay, he sucked back then too. Shocker. Oh, the nose. I'm so happy I put the nose on. That's great. Interesting. Stories have changed, huh? Does the game tell me which ones? Oh, you can go back to Forgotten Time. That's nice. You're not completely forbidden. As far as I can tell, they don't really mark which ones have changed, so who knows? Let's look at our new weapon. It's very jumpy. It could be fun to do a playthrough with. Seems like a fun weapon. What did I even get from that? Unlocks the Iron Gate in the miraculous flower garden at the Eventide Hotel. So that's just saying go back here, I guess. The lights are on.
Hey, they're probably okay, right? I mean, Leia is the legendary stalker after all.
Geppetto left his monocle behind. That's
Surely they can
nice.
get out just fine. But if not, there may be another thread of fate at work here. And it's up to us to cut it. Because there has to be a way. We may not be able to save everyone, but we can find a way to save those left. So let's find it together.
Sure, that's great and all. I don't know. I think it would have been a lot more interesting if we actually could have saved them. You know? This was decidedly uninteresting direction for them to take it. So apparently there's a garden here. What? Okay, there we go. Oh, Eventide Hotel. Here. Where do I go for the final boss, by the way? The nameless puppet. Does anyone know? I honestly don't remember, and I haven't really been paying attention. We need to go say hi to Geppetto? No. Oh, here? Well, at least they made it obvious what I can open with that. Because I was not finding this in any timely fashion.
The painting. This must have been Leia's room. Who knew her memories were so close?
My dearest Carlo.
They did do a good job with Leia.
This song always reminds me
And
of
the
you.
character work in the DLC is so much
Do you remember
better,
the
I
time
think.
we all gathered to play this piece together? We were happy then. They were precious, if all too short moments of happiness.
You know, this reminds me of
Perhaps
the
those
first
times
ending
were so
cutscene to
precious
Blueprints.
because of their brevity. Why is it that we humans always look for more when happiness is already in our grasp? I couldn't appreciate what we had then. But that wasn't because I found you tiresome. After breaking ties with the Monad family, I was lost. I could barely take care of myself.
Yeah, that was a gramophone, I think.
So taking responsibility for you and Romeo, it was more than I could bear at the time. But in the end, you washed away all the spite and hatred in my heart. Legendary Stalker. A worthless title. That cruel end should never have been your fate. It was only when I held your pale, cold face in my hands that I understood that we should have stayed together. That I should never have left the two of you. But now you belong to the past. I shouldn't cry. It happens to us all.
Her voice actress did a good job here.
Eventually, I will join you there as well. No one lives forever. So in time, we will meet again. And in that moment, my wish is that I get to sit with you as the light of the sunrise washes over us, and we share a laugh together. Your teacher, Leia.
Survivor? I mean, I gotta listen to a song titled Survivor, right? Is it by Survivor? I don't think they're making much music these days. Oops, wrong song. Last one? Horses. Man, that boss doesn't even drop anything? That's bullshit. Okay, let's, maybe we can go to the hotel. You can talk to Geppetto or something, and he'll say, oh, let's go here, and then he'll stab us in the back, or some such nonsense. Yeah, they really could have, I don't know, removed the giant banner saying hypocrite, not gonna lie. Fuck, he's not here. God damn it, where the hell do I go? I genuinely have no idea. And all the usual, like, guide NPCs have kicked the bucket at this point.
By the way, do you remember when his last location was crossed? Can you find him for me? Thanks. I think he...
Yeah, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna bother, but, you know, Vanini, buddy old pal. I don't know. Damn it. He's useless. Okay. Let's, maybe we just go back to where the last boss was. Maybe I missed something there. Oh, here. Perfect. Alright, that works. Alright, we're not quite done with the playthrough. We got one more thing to do, and hopefully it won't take too long. Because I'd like to sleep tonight.
Now him, he really scared me. A human becoming a god? Terrifying. But a puppet becoming a human? Now you have my attention. Suit yourself, but sounds fun to me. I wonder, what'll happen now? I sure don't know. But I do know one thing.
This is a long-ass elevator.
And I'm stuck with you, pal. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Please, anything but that. I want to be stuck with Jimny for the rest of my life. What the symbols mean? I have no idea.
That's...
Alright, let's go say hi. Oh hey, I recognize that box. That's why you went to say hi to Leah and Romeo.
You can be human again. By using that I just need the final ingredient. If you give me your heart. You have been brilliant and a good. Give me
Hell no.
I believe. Well, I suppose Carlo was. But a father always looks after his. In my own way, I grew to love you.
He's so unlikable.
I'm disappointed in you. I didn't mean for this to happen. I believe.
I wonder, did he put Leah in the nameless puppet?
If you refuse, then I'll have to retrieve it myself.
That might make some sense. You put Romeo, obviously, in the Puppet King, and then Leah in the nameless puppet.
My son.
It's beautiful.
You can become a real human. Come to me, my son.
Really?
I never found you in that covenant with other puppets because of Carlo's memory within you. I knew he was strange, troublesome little puppet.
This thing is way less damage than the boss we just fought.
Your freedom
Okay. I never like when it always bothers me when shows do that, like, run towards each other, swing the swords. This thing that they do, it's always looks so stupid. Have a good one, Brody. Good seeing you. Good luck at work. Okay, what part of the brain did we cut out that makes the boss get stronger?
nothing more.
Wait, did they added a visual indicator to his charge up attack. That didn't have a visual indicator before. Oop. Uh-oh. That was bad. There we go. Yeah, they added a light. Bullshit. I mean, that's good. That's much better design-wise. It always should have had a light. But also, I can't believe I had to suffer with it not having a light for my first playthrough. Yeah, that's so much easier to time now. GG. Okay. Easy boss. I have a feeling this wouldn't take that long.
Were you going to destroy Carlos' heart?
What exactly is the name of this puppet? Is it just a collection of all of the human ergo that Geppetto has collected over the years? Such as Leia and everyone else? Is that really all it is? Oh no, oh, I'm so sad. Our dad is dying.
No. You're just a useless puppet.
Hey, GG's. Carlo Collodi. This is a good song. Hey, lots of P done. Overall, I'd say it's a good but flawed game. I'd say the base game really shines for a fair number of very respectable boss fights. But with a fatal flaw of highly questionable areas being ultimately a significant slog. But the gameplay in general can be pretty fun when they really nail it on some of the boss fights, so, you know, that tends to help matters a lot. I already gave my full review of the DLC, but suffice to say it's more than a worthy addition to the game. And overall, I'd say the DLC is better than any equivalent section in the base game. I think the base game, some of the bosses I like more than the DLC bosses, but I think in general, I'd put the DLC at a tier above the base game overall. It's like an entire product. Weapons are cool. The game has probably the best aspect of this game is its weapon mechanic. I think it leans on parrying a bit too much as a crutch. I wish they went more the Sekiro route. Now, Sekiro has its own issues, in my opinion, that I'm not going to talk about here. But one thing Sekiro does really well is it has the red attacks, and you have different button inputs. Like spear attacks, you do a forward dodge, for example, to like hard counter them. Or some you have to jump. And like some red attacks, like a sweep, you have to jump up and above. And this adds a good amount of variability between the parrying. And I feel like when this game hits its lows, it's because it's a boss manically swinging at you, and your best response is parrying. And like, I think that was my big issue with some of the, or with like the first phase of the final boss of the DLC, is it's just a boss manically swinging at you, and your best response is just parrying, and maybe you move back slightly while you're doing in between parries, but that's it. Like, it's not doing anything else. So I think that's probably, the game could have explored its actual like combat system a bit better to make it feel smoother. Like, as it is, I think Sekiro is the better parry-based game. It has better gameplay than this game. But this is a very good game, and I think the RPG mechanics and mechanisms within of this game are way better than Sekiro. Like the weapon choices and whatnot in this game are very good done. Is Arlecchino still a bitch? Oh yeah, terrible boss. I don't like it. Maybe there's a tier, I can do a tier list. One sec. Maybe I can do a tier list with the DLC added in. That'd be nice. Perfect. This works. Have a good night, Max. Alright. But yeah. So yeah, I think this game does better in the RPG mechanics, but Sekiro's gameplay is a bit more refined, I would say, over this one, if you're just looking for a parry-based game to go into. Like, as it is, I think this game takes a bit away from Sekiro with its parries and some of the boss attacks, and a bit away from, like, the Souls series in that regard, and I think it doesn't quite nail either of them perfectly in terms of gameplay. But, you know, like I said, it's still a good game. Tons of people love this game. Tons of people don't really even have the gripe with the gameplay, so if you're someone that likes Souls-likes, you should definitely give it a try. I think it'd be kind of crazy not to. It's popular enough at this point. And especially with the DLC, like, I didn't really care for the final boss, but as a full product, I think the DLC is a good example of the developers learned a fair amount. And I'm gonna be interested in their next product. Or, like, it's supposed to be Wizard of Oz related, I think. I'll look forward to that for sure. I think that's gonna, they clearly learned a good amount of lessons going from like base game to the DLC, and even when I replayed through the base game, they've clearly added some tells to some questionable attacks, like the Nameless Puppet's charge up attack. I promise you, when I first played this game, he did not flash overhead when he was about to hit you. It was just it doing this for like 2 seconds, and you had to perfectly time 2 seconds passing, you know? Like, they've clearly added some things and made some changes, and they know they've learned. So I'm gonna be looking with great interest on their next full-scale project. Hopefully they can use that, refine some gameplay. Like, I don't want it to be just a one-to-one copy. No, I want them to change some things, for sure. But I think they've clearly improved from the base game to the DLC in a number of aspects, so I'm hoping that improvement and the lessons learned can really go in their second game. I think that's maybe my biggest takeaway, at least for me, is, well, this is probably not a game I'm gonna really want to replay all that much. Though the DLC, it makes me more tempted overall to replay it, because I did like the DLC. But it's not really a game I'm gonna be like, oh man, I really need to replay Eliza P. You know, compared to any of the Soul, well, okay, not any of them, but I'm probably as likely to replay this as I am Dark Souls 1, which means really not very much at all. But, you know, yeah. Okay, let's get into, let me see if I can't cook up a, tier list. There we go. Okay, we're gonna have to redo all the bosses, so let me just copy and paste. So I think I put from my previous list, and then we'll add in the DLC bosses, and that'll be our final list. Okay, so let's see. Scrapped Watchman was a solid S tier. Yeah, the Parade Master was... I put Parade Master in B tier, low B tier. Fuoco was in B tier ahead of Parade Master. Watchman on S based. How do you solve illusion? Look, what can I say? It's just a really good boss fight, man. That's a really fun fight. Let me see. Archbishop, I think, is kind of high B for me as well. I think the Phase 2. Eldest, I think it's an A tier. Yeah, A tier. King of Puppets. Okay, so they didn't separate them. I really like Phase 1. I don't love Phase 2. I'll probably just move it down to low. Okay, A tier then. Champion Victor. I think Victor's a really fun one. Green Bog Monster. I'll give him A, probably here. Corrupted Parade Master is literally just a refight. Refight of the Black Rabbit Brotherhood. I hate that. I hate Phase 1 too much. It's so unfun. Luxasia. I'll give Luxasia low A. Simon, I kind of like... Oop. Oh, this is the ending cutscene. I was using the game as background music. Whatever. Don't care about it. I can't skip it? Fuck. Fine, I guess we'll watch the ending cutscene in the meantime.
It's intriguing and worth further observation.
This was the guy that gives the wish stone, right?
I'm counting on it. Expect another report at the next meeting. Paracelsus returning. Ah, and when I return, I will find her.
I think it is.
Another key of ours, Dorothy.
It's kind of interesting they're doing this overarching plot in this world, I'm not gonna lie. It's very odd. Or, not odd, but, like, very interesting direction to go. Okay, we are going to not start the next playthrough right now. Okay, anyway, let's finish up the tier list. Sorry, I did not need the game talking to me. Okay. Okay. Nameless Puppet. I think Nameless Puppet is an okay fight. Admittedly, I was woefully overpowered when I fought him in this playthrough because, you know, I did the DLC first. That didn't really help him to be an interesting boss fight. I'd probably put him high B. Marchiona. Kind of forgettable, no? Was like, I don't know if Marchiona was some great fight. I think I kind of just murdered her. I completely skipped Phase 2 in the winning attempt. That didn't help her be memorable. But she's got a kite? Yeah. I like the design. I just don't think I thought the fight was that fun. I think I'd probably put it maybe like upper B tier. Two-Face Overseer I genuinely quite enjoyed. He had some really fun parry timings. I kind of really dug the Two-Face Overseer. Might put him here. Anguish Guardian. Man. I'm debating putting Anguish Guardian S. I thought Anguish Guardian was the best boss in the DLC. But man, did that was the camera when he jumps just such a mess. Or like rose up or anything. The camera always caused problems. I'll give him low S. I thought it was a fun fight, and visually it was really awesome. Arlecchino. I really dislike Phase 1. It wasn't very interesting. Phase 2 had potential, and had some good moments and movement within. But otherwise, I think it probably belongs in the King of Puppets Luxasia or like tier, where I kind of have issues with one of the two phases, and the other one has reasonable potential, I would say. He's a more interesting fight than Marchiona. I feel like B tier belongs to the fights that are largely not that interesting to me. This is ranking both the base game and DLC bosses. Yes, Cal. So I think Arlecchino probably belongs low A tier. Alright, we're gonna put all the human fights in the trash tier. So they're never fun. Mad Clown Puppet can go and see. Actually, White Lady's more interesting than that. Trash. Walker of Illusions can go and see. Probably ahead of these two. It's at least its own fight. Door Guardian. I still can't believe I put this in like A on my first playthrough, but I don't know what I was smoking. That goes in C. Forgettable fight. Black Cat. Human fight. Human fight. Veronique was a better human fight for sure. So Veronique can go up. Still some pretty annoying aspects of the fight. I'll probably do right there. Tyrannical Predator. Other boss I kind of liked, but I thought the camera was really questionable and with the Predator for some reason. A tier is getting kind of clogged with the DLC now, isn't it? Pre-metamorphic Green Hunter? I don't even think I fought that. Ah, fuck. I'm not gonna go hunt down a boss at 2 a.m. And I'm not gonna do a stream just fine. Whatever, we'll just put it in the haven't fought tier, it's fine. Not gonna kill me. Lumaccio, I really didn't like. I think he belongs in, like, the D tier. Okay. I'll defend this list. I think this is pretty respectable. Anything I want to change. Two-Face Overseer is a really cool fight, to be honest. I quite like this fight. Aldous is solid. Green Monster of the Swamp is solid. Simon's... Problem is, this is including Phase 1 of Simon. And I don't think Phase 1 of Simon is very good. I think Phase 2 is visually a spectacle and overall has some fun timings, but I don't think Phase 1 is very good. It's mostly just boring. Phase 1 is mostly just boring, for the record. Let me move... I don't know if I don't know. The Romeo phase of King of Puppets, I just don't find very fun. I think maybe I do this. Like this. Veronique. Well, okay, I think this is the ordering for me. Yep. Best DLC boss was Anguish Guardian. I like that one a lot. Visually the best boss too. Looks really really sick. Alright, screenshot of that. Oh, interesting. They added boss refights with the DLC, so you can refight any boss that you want. It's kind of fun. I don't mind that. That's always a nice feature to have, especially for the people that really like the bosses. That's always a nice thing to have. I wish some of the Souls games had that, you know? Alright. Okay. I think this is a solid list. I'll defend this list. I think this is a very solid list. I don't have many complaints here. Alright. Hey. Lies of P done. Lies of P DLC done. We made it. GG's. Good lord, how exhausting. Fucking 2 hours on that fight. Honestly, it's more like 3 hours on the fight. What was an overall score for the game? Overall, I never really gave a score for Lies of P. I think the DLC overall is better than the base game. I have my very clear issues with the base game's complete product. Let me think. So, if we take 5 as an average game that doesn't really do anything special, but it's also not bad, I'd give base game, for me personally, on like a fun scale, like a 6.5, and the DLC like a 7.5, which is like, the DLC was solidly in the fun territory. I had fun the whole way through. With the exception of like a couple boss fights where I didn't really find them very enjoyable. Whereas the base game, there were a couple periods where I didn't really find fun. Like they're just long areas that I felt were a bit of a slog. I'd say that's where I would walk away with that. And that, again, that's not on the scale of like 7 is an average. Is the average, like if you're below 7, this is terrible. That's a 6.5. It's a better than average game. If you like Souls-likes, you should definitely try it out and play it, you know. But I personally have find some flaws in the base game, and you know, 7.5 is this is a good game, well-made product with a lot less flaws. I think that's a good way to sum it up. You get into the 8+ tier in my eyes, you're in the tier of, it's not really, I didn't really have a whole lot of issues, or I was just having fun basically the whole time, and there was never a point where the issues made me stop having fun, even if I, like, noticed them, you know? Like, honestly, for instance, Night Rain is by no means a perfect game, but man, I just never stop having fun with that game, so that's probably like an 8 out of 10 in my eyes on like the fun scale. But you know, that's all like, that's pure subjective, like all rating systems. I think that's a very fair assessment. Like I said, if you like Souls-likes, you got at least give this game a try. Also, 10 out of 10? A 10 out of 10. I'm not going to say I'm someone that will never give a 10 out of 10, because I think if you never give a 10 out of 10, there's no point in even having it on your scale. Because then your 9.5s or your 9s are basically your 10s, because that's it's highest you're ever willing to go. So, like, so there's no point at not giving a 10 out of 10 in that instance. As if you're describing the scale as a enjoyment scale, right? Like, if it's a pure review of, oh, no such thing, no game can be perfect, so I can't give a 10. Well, I mean, again, it's kind of pointless, but okay, I see your point. But if you're like, hey, you know, my opinion on the game and how much fun I had doing it, you should give 10s. 10 out of 10. That's a tough one. Your favorite boss was the start screen? Honestly, Lies of P has a good start screen. 10 out of 10. I do really love Elden Ring. Not gonna lie. That is a game I can play umpteen hours and never get old. 10 out of 10. I don't know if it's always perfect, though. That's tough. I feel like 10 out of 10 is a category where you gotta ask the person on the... It's like depends on the day, I would say. You know. Yeah. I don't know, Portal. But honestly, even Portal has some, like, meh sections. Portal and Portal 2, there are definitely moments where they lag a bit. Like a 10 out of 10 has to be a game that doesn't really have any obvious flaws and is just non-stop fun the whole way through. I'd be closer to giving a 10 out of 10 to the Elden Ring DLC, I'd say. I think the Elden Ring DLC, beat for beat, was some of the most fun I've had in a long time. There's like, the only thing is there's a couple boss fights that kind of drove me up the wall when I did them. That's like the only thing holding it back. But like, if I had... But as a complete product, that was a good DLC. So was this one, to be fair. Honestly, a 7.5 for the Lies of P DLC might be a bit harsh. I might actually say 8. I had a pretty good time with DLC, now that I think about it. I might say... It might seem like a drastic jump, but I might say 8 for the DLC and 6.5 for the base game, in terms of my thoughts on it. The more I think about it, the more I'm thinking, you know, I did have a pretty... I'm coming off of what I termed the low point, which was the final boss, which I didn't really enjoy. I'm coming off the low point, so I'm naturally more harsh. But as I'm thinking back of the overall DLC experience, I had a pretty damn good time with this DLC, I would say. Obviously, I basically played nothing but it for the past 5 days or something, so... I did Night Rain, but, you know. We all have our vices. You know, Transistor, I would say, is a game I played, and it's a shorter game, so it's a bit easier to meet the criteria. I've never stopped having a great time, but Transistor, I never stopped having a great time with that game. I can say that. Ori 2, you know, that, I'll say that. For me, personally, Ori 2 is one of my favorite games, so... It's gotta be. It's literally one of the games I've replayed the most. And I don't replay very many games. Anyway, Missile sent me on a long tangent with that question. Hey, Lies of P.